What's good, people? And then this just another this video is basically to elaborate from the last one I did with Sports Gamers Online. And before I continue, just know that this is not a beef. I'm not trying to beef with him. I'm just trying to correct him or what I feel he was wrong with. Because again, I meant this too, man. That last video he did was wrong. Okay, to come at EA Sports because they didn't have Colin Kapernick in the game, that's not EA Sports' fault. So again, folks, I'm gonna basically break down the contract, okay, on why EA had to pull his song, the YG song that Kaepernick that he did for Kaepernick in the lyrics. The song YG added for Madden, putting Colin Kaepernick in there. I'm gonna tell you why they had to pull it. Okay, it's the same reason why Colin Kaepernick is no longer in the NFL anymore. Because from what I told y'all in the last video, the NFL basically removed Colin Kaepernick from being a free agent. And what led to them doing that was him putting a lawsuit against the league. So EA Sports, you know what I'm saying, when they make the games, but y'all gotta understand that every year they get ready to put out a new football game, new basketball game, whichever sport these companies get ready to do, they got to get permission from not only not only do they have permission from the organization, but they have to get permission from the athletes themselves. Every year, an athlete from whichever sport they're playing has to sign a contract with the gaming company, so the gaming company can use their likeness and image. The same goes with a lot of Hall of Famers legends that's added into these games. The reason why you might not see a certain legends, like for example on NBA 2K, every year people complain that Rasheed Wallace is not on that game. But the reason why Rasheed Wallace is not added to the NBA 2K is because he did not sign a contract. Okay, he did not sign a contract for the Ronnie 2K to add him into the game for him to be created. So that's just why the Portland Trail Blazers of the 2000 and the Detroit Pistons of the 04-05, this is why Rasheed Wallace not added on it, because he didn't sign a contract. Same goes for the NFL. Any player you see on MUT, okay, Madden Ultimate Team, all those players have to sign a contract to be on that video game. Because EA Sports has to pay all those players a proceeds, a percentage of that, a percentage of Madden to be added on there. So not only does the NFL make money, but the players make money, okay? And you gotta understand this, after Colin Kaepernick, after everything he did in the last 2 years, okay, because y'all understand it's more than just that protest. So stop looking at that. Stop bringing up Black Lives Matter. Y'all need to stop looking at the color thing, because this is not a color issue, okay? Like I told y'all in the last video, after he opted out of a contract, he couldn't get signed, and after he decided to sue the league because he felt they're in conspiracy of not bringing him on there, which I gotta keep reminding y'all that these NFL owners can decide who they want to bring in. These owners, out of any circumstance, are not obligated to just not obligated just to give somebody a job. No, when it comes to these sports organizations like the NFL, NBA, MLB, and all these other national televised sports, they can decide to bring in who they want to bring in. Because at the end of the day, these owners got to pay these players paychecks, okay? At the end of the day, these NFL owners are paying these players a certain amount of money to be on their teams, to represent their uniforms, to wear them, okay? So by Colin Kaepernick not being on free agency, and because he's not signed to a team, EA don't have to add him on there. Thus, why Colin Kaepernick can't be on any soundtrack. For YG to to even mention Colin Kaepernick's name in his song, why his music is being added into an NFL product, means that EA could get in trouble by that. EA, as of right now, you know what I'm saying, for putting, you know what I'm saying, Colin Kaepernick's lyrics onto YG's song, for them not adding out Colin Kaepernick's name being mentioned in YG's lyrics, EA can seriously get in trouble by the NFL. EA's putting the NFL at risk by doing that, because they're going against their best wishes. It violates the contractual agreement. It violates the code of conduct policy. So y'all gotta understand that. See, why Sports Gamers is going online ranting in that video, he don't understand how contract works. This man doesn't understand the reasons why EA had to edit YG's song. That goes for any track on there. Any artist that have made a track and submitted to EA to add into Madden NFL, okay, for the contract of Madden 19, anybody that's mentioning Colin Kaepernick's name, that has to be edited. They have to do that, or else you put the NFL at risk. Because technically, if Colin Kaepernick's agent was to hear his name being mentioned on Madden 19, let's say Colin Kaepernick picks up a copy of Madden 19, which he probably will, or he won't, whatever he decides to do. But let's just say, for the instances, anyone is famous, next thing, and they all get a copy of Madden 19, whoever this is, from Colin Kaepernick's camp, purchase the game, but then they hear his name being mentioned in a song. Don't y'all know that Colin Kaepernick's agent, or Colin Kaepernick himself, or somebody from camp can actually extort the league for money? Don't y'all know something like that can happen? The league can actually be extorted because they added Colin Kaepernick's name. They added a piece of Colin Kaepernick into the video game without his permission. He didn't sign no contract. So for sports gamers online to be going there complaining, or no, say, why are you taking YG's song out of there? Why he's not on Madden Ultimate Team? Now you understand. It's all in the contract, okay? This is a man who basically sued the league. You think they finna put any piece of him on the game? Hell no. Okay? No. That's just not gonna work. And see, a lot of y'all that's defending Colin Kaepernick, y'all understand that, man. It's time to move on. The NFL is ready to move on from Colin Kaepernick entirely. Y'all gotta face facts. He will never be on another NFL uniform again. He'll never play for another team again. It's over with. No, Colin Kaepernick chose to be a revolutionary. He chose to be a Muslim. Okay? He chose to take a stand for what he believed in. And it backfired on him. He had no end game. He had no strategy at all. He had no solution to what he did for. You don't do politics when you're under contract. Because the team you're signed to, if they don't want you politicking on their field, they don't want you to protest on their field, they want you to stand up for the flag, then that's what you better do. That's just life, period, folks. That's for all you young folks that's watching this video. That was on that video that Sports Gamer Online put about Colin Kaepernick. And Sports Gamers Online, that just shows you how young he is. He doesn't understand a lot of things. He don't understand situations right now. Like I said, this is a man that don't understand how contract works. Like I say, this man obviously ain't been paying attention to the league the last 2 years, because Colin Kaepernick was mentioned at least 3 or 4 times since last year and the year before that, since he protested, okay? This has been the main subject. And the only real reason why he was even a free agent last year, because people was deciding, was he going to be his name kept being mentioned about him being a free agent. There were teams brought up that thought about putting Kaepernick on there until all this other stuff happened. Okay? And I keep telling y'all, what messed Colin Kaepernick from being a free agent was that Ness Needy tweet about the Baltimore Ravens. That woman, you know what I'm saying, said a racial remark that disrespected the Baltimore Ravens organization and Ray Lewis. Then you take in consideration he put out that lawsuit. So this is why he's not on Madden no more. So a lot of y'all that's on that video, I need to get over your feelings already. And why are y'all fighting and defending a guy that's clearly not speaking up for himself? Y'all saying what y'all saying. Y'all doing all that random around. Y'all out here, you know what I'm saying I'm not gonna support the league no more. I'm not gonna buy Madden, all because Colin Kaepernick's not in the game no more. Y'all defending somebody that came and defend themselves. All this time that the NFL season went on last year, you ain't seen Colin Kaepernick do a single interview with nobody. This man ain't been on Stephen A. Smith's broadcast. He ain't been on First Take. He ain't been on Undisputed. He ain't been on Speak for Yourself. He ain't been on Jacoby and Jalen Jacoby. He ain't been on none of these televised sporting shows at all. None. He ain't go on ESPN. The man didn't even go on CNN at all. He didn't go on Tucker Carlson. None of these organizations at all. None of these places. None of these he didn't do an interview with. He didn't do a sit down. He didn't do nothing with nobody. Okay. When Malcolm Jenkins was going for that bargain agreement with some of the other players, Colin Kaepernick didn't even come at all. And nobody from Black Lives Matter, nobody from that camp tried to go in there and try to reason with the NFL to get him a job. Nobody. So is that the NFL's fault? This is why the NFL don't want him on there. Like I say, he's too controversial. I'm just being honest, man. He don't deserve to be on no Madden 19 at all. He don't deserve to be a free agent. Y'all got to face that fact. It's over for him. Okay? But it still didn't stop him from making money. Despite him not playing the league, the man still made $100 million off of a publishing. Okay, he just published a book last year for a $100 million contract. The man made money already. The money he didn't get for his contract with the Niners, he made that back. And even then, the Niners still have to pay him the rest of that $113 million. Well, actually, I take that back. He got cut. He didn't make that money. He got cut because he violated his contract. You see, when he decided to opt out of his contract, they didn't have to pay him no more money. That was it, man. He basically terminated his contract by doing that. But that's his fault. Okay, like I said, he could have been still in the league had he decided to take less money and be on the bench. But he didn't want to do that. He left out of his team like a coward. Okay, he threw a temper tantrum because the 49ers didn't want to trade him 2 seasons back. All right, he didn't want to play for Chip Kelly. Okay, I understand that. But at the end of the day, you got a job to do. And here's the other reason why y'all got to understand. That the NFL, the playing for the NFL is a privilege. It's not a right. It's not a required job at all. When you go to these universities, and this is for all you young folks, y'all need to understand me. I want anybody to pay attention to me right now. When you go to school, you go back to school, right? You go to these universities, whether it be a JC or a 4-year. You go into these colleges to learn how to be an engineer, a technician, okay, fire, you know what I'm saying, a doctor, a teacher, you know what I'm saying, to do foreign language. Okay, you go into school to learn how to build buildings and stuff like that. You go into school to be a banker, all right, be an accountant, to be to work with computers and stuff like that. You don't go to school to play sports. That's what y'all gotta understand. That's what a lot of these young athletes must understand. Because you could be the best athlete in the world, but when it comes to the pro level, you find out how good you really are. If you're not that good, you're gonna be expendable. They can just toss you aside for the next man. Okay, just in case sports don't work, you gotta have something to fall back upon. This is why a lot of these leagues, especially Adam Silver, is so keen on making a requirement for players to graduate before they go into the pro level, because sports don't last forever, and there's too many players out here broke. You know, you go to school and learn how to get an actual job. Playing for the NBA, the NFL, that's a privileged job. That's just what it is. You don't go to school to learn how to play football. That's just not how it goes. Okay, even then, when they give you that scholarship, that academic or athletic scholarship, not only is to play sports, but it's to get you an education. Okay, because getting an education means you're betting yourself for the future. That's what it's all about. So for those that's complaining that Colin Kaepernick don't got a job and that Colin Kaepernick should be playing on the NFL, screw y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all can just kick rocks. That's just the world we live in. Y'all need to start being in reality. And like I said in the last video, the only ones that's complaining about this are you pro-blacks, you revolutionaries. You ones that keep bringing up oppression and all this other stuff, making excuses for why somebody's messing up and why things ain't going your way. It's you people who are not even fans of the 49ers that's complaining. It's those of you who don't even watch football at all. Y'all can't even watch a full 60-minute game. You don't watch Monday Night Football. You don't watch it on Thursday nights. You only pay attention to a certain team. You don't watch everybody. So you don't know what's going on at all. It's a lot of y'all that's just on a video game all day. All y'all do is play Madden. You play Madden just to play it. You don't even watch a real game at all. That's the ones that's complaining about it. The ones who actually don't know football, don't know stats at all. For example, right on that video, somebody that came up and saying, somebody had the nerve to actually say, oh, why Colin Kaepernick's not on there? Why is Brett Favre and Terrell Owens is on there? Why are they still on there? Okay? You got people like that that's asking stupid questions. Y'all some idiots, man, for real. No, these NFL owners don't have to sign Colin Kaepernick if they don't want to. The NFL don't have to put Colin Kaepernick on free agency if they don't want to. Like I said, the man is suing them for money that he's not even getting. That these owners don't want to pay him. That's just what they are. They're NFL owners. If they don't want to sign them to a team, they don't have to. Like I told you, man, Colin Kaepernick ain't the only black quarterback in the game anyway. He just ain't. And that's another thing, too. I don't know why YG put that song out with mentioning Colin Kaepernick. No. EA is only doing what the NFL told them to do, okay? That's just how it goes. No, for those of you getting mad at EA because they don't have Colin Kaepernick on there, shame on you, okay? If you feel that way, then don't buy no more Madden games at all. When Madden 19, Madden 20, Madden 21, 22 all comes out, just don't buy the game no more. Stick to Madden 18 and be done with it. How about that then? Okay? If you feel that way. Y'all got Sports Gaming Online looking like an idiot. No, so Sports Gamers Online got all y'all looking like fools right now, for real. Sports Gamers Online even have to, for him having the nerve to complain and cry over it, it's just really don't make no sense at all. That man ain't got no intelligence. Because everybody and everybody's mama, daddy, brother, sister know what it is about Colin Kaepernick. You know he's not going to play no more. They all understand this already. And they understand why he's not going to be in the game no more. Like I said, out of all the videos that was uploaded on Madden 19 and even 18, for example, since Madden 19 has been promoted and since people been doing videos, Sports Gamers Online is the only one that had the nerve to complain about it. The only one. Everybody else know the reason already. You don't see nobody else commenting on it, neither. But no, don't get mad at EA Sports for taking his track, editing YG's track, and not mentioning Kaepernick. And don't get mad at him because Colin Kaepernick's not on Madden Ultimate Team. He's not a free agent no more. Okay, so it's time to move on. For real. That goes for anybody on YouTube. Move on from Kaepernick. I'm ready to move on. The NFL is ready to move on. A lot of these San Francisco 49 fans have already moved on. Y'all got to move on too. Okay, if you want Colin Kaepernick in the game, then y'all need to just create him when Madden 19 comes out. Do your own franchise with him. Do your own story mode with him, and just be done with it. Move on about your business. Okay? Y'all need to stop feeling butthurt and stop crying over it. Because EA is, like I said, EA has the NFL licensing. For EA to put Colin Kaepernick's name on there and go against the NFL's wishes, NFL can pull their licenses from EA. Sports Gamers Online, do you want that to happen? You over here mad that EA don't add Colin Kaepernick on there. If they add Colin Kaepernick on there, you know what I'm saying? Despite knowing that this case was pending against him, that he has a lawsuit against the NFL, and the NFL don't want him on there, EA could get their license taken away from the NFL. The NFL could just snatch it from EA. They won't be able to make no more football games. Thus, no more Madden. Okay, Sports Gamer Online, I hope y'all all understand that. For anybody that's watching this video right now, okay? This is why Colin Kaepernick can't be in that game. Colin Kaepernick can't be mentioned on anybody's song because of that exact same reason. The NFL entirely don't want Colin Kaepernick around no more. That's just it. And it's those of you that's busy still trying to fight for Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick not even fighting for himself right now. I told y'all the man don't really care about playing football no more. And I'm not making none of this stuff up neither. He does not care. This man went like 6 or 7 months without uploading a video at all. Because if he really wanted to play football, he really wanted to still be in the league, he would have apologized already. He would apologize to the San Francisco 49ers. He would apologize to the Miami Dolphins. He would apologize to the Baltimore Ravens. He would apologize to Ray Lewis. The man would have basically dropped the lawsuit. Okay, he would never sue the league. And the difference between Brett Favre and Terrell Owens, the reason why they're still on there, because those are Hall of Fame players. So to the idiot that posts that comment, the reason why Terrell Owens and Brett Favre are even still on Madden Ultimate Team, because they're Hall of Fame players. They're historic players. Both Owens and Favre have been in the league over 15 years. Okay? They both played in Super Bowls already, like Colin Kaepernick did. They each, one time in their career, played in Super Bowl. Favre won the ring already. But again, Terrell Owens has an historic season. He has a historic career. They each got way more yards. Kaepernick only played in the league 5 seasons, to be exact. He's only been in the league like 4 years for 5 seasons. He ain't been in the league that long anyway. No, man, the man messed his own career up. So again, man, after this video's over, I want to hear it again, man. I don't want nobody come on my video with that complaining. Y'all just need to move on. And for those that still complain about Colin Kaepernick and you still trying to curse out the league because they don't add him on there, y'all need to move on. For real. You need to get over it. Because Colin Kaepernick, for Colin Kaepernick, he's not even fighting for it no more. He's basically done. Y'all need to be done with it. Move on. There'll be other quarterbacks in the league. Colin Kaepernick's not the only brother around. He's just not, man. He's not the only brother playing in the league. And as far as EA is concerned, man, y'all need to stop getting on EA about that, for real. I told y'all, man, Sports Gamers Online should never even made that video. That he's wasting his time. Okay? The EA only apologized because they apologized to the fans of YG. I know y'all want to hear that song, but they can't add him on there. They can't add Colin Kaepernick on there. They just can't. All right? To add Colin Kaepernick on there, you know what I'm saying, basically violates the contractual agreements. Okay? Colin Kaepernick didn't even sign a contract to even be on Madden, and he can't no more because he's not in the NFL. So there has it. Man, that proves it. I'm basically squashing that right now. All right? But again, shouts out to my subscribers. Shouts out to my fans. I love y'all, for real. And shouts out to if you watching this video, man, because I'm going to post this as a link on this video, man. Y'all need to hear this, for real. Y'all need to get an understanding right now. Because for those that keep trying to fight for Kaepernick and fight for somebody that's not even fighting for himself, y'all look stupid. Okay? But that's just what it is, man. It's over already, man. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll see you soon.